You're listening to The Leonard Lopate Show on AM 820 and 93.9 WNYC.
Steve Geng's life has certainly been turbulent. From the 1960s until fairly recently, he spent long stretches feeding his drug habit and committing petty crimes. But while he was living the life of a career thief, convict, and junkie, his sister, Veronica Geng, was establishing herself at The New Yorker as one of her generation's sharpest writers. Thick as Thieves is Steve Geng's poignant tribute to his sister, who died of cancer in 1997, and it's also a colorful memoir of his reckless life and improbable survival. I'm very pleased that it has brought Steve Geng to my show. Hello.
Hi, Leonard.
Now, the title of your memoir, Thick as Thieves.
Welcome to Monday. This is Scott Sloan on the big one, the nation station, 700 WLW, with some very, very important and timely news.
They tried to make me go to rehab. I said no, no, no. Yes,
I think I may have cut to the core here, the issue.
No, no, no.
Steve Geng is my guest. His book is Thick as Thieves, a brother and sister, a true story of two turbulent lives. Steve, welcome to the show. Good to talk to you.
Yeah, good to talk to you, Scott.
All right, let's talk about it, because this seriously, this time of year, holiday season is upon us. A lot of lonely souls out there. If there are some family troubles, they tend to be amplified during the holidays. If you are on the verge of having a substance abuse problem, generally it manifests itself during the holidays. These tend to be bad times if you're a troubled person.
Well, yeah, sure. The holidays are just inundated with a kind of emotional, I don't know, gas or something. It's the advertising everywhere you go, the syrupy Christmas songs, and I mean, even I sometimes think about all those Christmases my parents must have sat around and said, "Gee, I wonder where Steve is," and I just broke their hearts because I didn't care.
What were you doing on Christmas Eve?
I might have been having dinner on Rikers Island mess hall, in prison.
You don't even know.
Some guy would say, "Hey, Stevie, let's go down to mess hall. They're giving up the whole bird." And the word on Rikers was that they were cooking the seagulls, that lived on Rikers Island.
Just go eat a seagull for dinner?
I mean, I'd never seen turkeys that were that small before.
I really going to see. So you yourself, quickly, your background is you're an addict, you're a junkie, right?
Yeah. For the greater part of my adult life, I was a professional shoplifter and a heroin addict. And the story in my book, Thick as Thieves, it contrasts my life with my sister, who was a highly respected humorist and editor at The New Yorker for most of her life.
You were the black sheep of the family then?
Yeah. Her life rising to literary heights and mine going down the tubes, and we get together once in a while and commiserate.
Yeah.
So she died about 11 years ago. In fact, she died the day before Christmas, 11 years ago.
Geez.
So the holidays are kind of
got to be tough for you anyway.
Yeah, I don't have any family left. So for God's sake, if you got family still out there, man, don't wait too long. Get back in the fold, at least for the holidays.
A brother's love for his sister helped put him on the straight and narrow path to recovery. Author Steve Geng was caught up in a web of drugs, deceit, and thievery. But his sister, New Yorker magazine writer and editor Veronica Geng, showed him the way.
She was always like the first one there to cheer for me and root me on and give me encouragement when I was trying to do something legit.
Unfortunately, Veronica died 2 years ago from a brain tumor, and she never saw Steve turn his life around.
I didn't understand that she was dying of a brain tumor. In fact, she didn't even tell most of her friends.
Steve and Veronica had a unique relationship, having bonded when they were kids, traveling around the world with their military officer father.
We have this closeness after being dragged like gypsies around the world that will never vanish or go away.
Steve says after he entered a life of crime, his sister was the only one in his life who still believed in him.
She loved me in this own particular way she had. She was maybe the only person I knew that really understood me.
Steve Geng's memoir, Thick as Thieves, a brother, a sister, a true story of two turbulent lives, is published by Henry Holt. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thanks, Leonard.